everybody? Leveling Diecast. We have a showcase for you guys today. We're going to talk about ups and downs of being a completist when you want to start collecting new castings. This is, of course, the classic Mini Cooper that Hot Wheels has. This is one of the ones from the premium set. This is from Forza. This is one with the hook feature. So there's a little hook on the bottom. The body comes off. There is the details on the inside. There's been a couple of different versions of these. We're going to take a look at where it all began. But it's just a little piece of plastic in the back. Lock and unlock. So there is our Mini Cooper. Now, this is the only Mini Cooper I have. But I keep coming across them. And, I figured why not collect another casting. Not always the greatest idea. But I figured I would give it a shot. So, I did pick up the first edition. So here's our first edition. Yes, I got it for $1. So this was a new casting in 2000. So 2000 first edition, number 30. This particular one in yellow with a checkered flag on the top. This is the OG version. Now this version is different than the one that we just cracked. That's one of the newest versions, but this is the true OG version. So when you crack this one open, it does come with a roll cage. A little bit different interior bits and stuff like that. So they simplified the casting, took parts and pieces out of it, made it not so great. But it is right-hand drive, which is pretty cool. You can see some 4-cylinder engine detail in there, and it's just pretty average. The front end is where the grill hooks into there. This one came with the lace wheels, and of course it is metal base and metal body. That one looks pretty good. I do like where that kicked off from. One of the recolors, now I have a bunch of these that are loose, so this is one of the recolors in blue with the same lace wheels. Comes with an orange window, which is a very interesting color. This one is also the opening model. A little bit different vibe, just because it's got the orange roll cage, which looks pretty good. Super neon orange window inside, but it is the same basic deco with a solid color and, of course, the checkered flag on the top. There was a variation to that one. So that one came with the lace wheels. This one comes with the 5 circle dot wheels, however you want to call them. So pick this one up as well. So pick these up together. So same interior, all that good stuff like that. Picked up this one as well. This one is a carded one. This one is one of the newer castings that does not open. This one is 2015. Now there have been, according to Wikipedia, because Wikipedia, is all-knowing when it comes to Hot Wheels. According to Wikipedia, there have been 58 versions released of the Mini Cooper in total, which includes all the casting versions, all the variations, all the everything like that. So 58 different versions of this casting to track down. So this one just with some snow deco. This is, of course, the updated casting. You see it does not open. It is completely riveted, sealed, done piece right there. So they still use the 2-piece one for the premium sets because, of course, it's premium. Also got this one right here. This one is from the Beatles, the basic Beatles set. This one is also not a opening parts one, just a regular one. So 2 different decals on each side. So that one is average. It's average. It's not great. It's just average. Also picked this one up right here. This one is from some type of a rally series of some sort. This has a metal base on it, so this one is opening. This one will probably be replaced at some point in time. It does have some chips on the back of it. I did get it from a dump-in. So it's a little bit beat up. So this is just a placeholder for now. So I'm going to replace that one. The rest of these are brand spanking new. And then this one right here, of course, Magnus Walker, Urban Outlaw. This one, pretty straightforward. I think they did 2 or 3 different colors with the same basic deco, chrome base, no opening parts, nothing like that. Now, this model was also a treasure hunt. So this is the very first time it was a treasure hunt. This is 11 of 12. This is going to be for 2002. So it was a new model, and the very next year it was a treasure hunt. This was also a treasure hunt a second time about, I'd say about 8 or so years ago, roughly, I would say. It was a treasure hunt back then as well. So this is the OG treasure hunt, the original treasure hunt. It says 02 on there. For 2002, of course, it is the opening parts one. So get that open. It has a chrome interior, which is very, very vivid. And then a orange roll cage in there. It looks okay. It matches the kind of red line tires it has on there. I think it's a pretty decent mix right there. Although this definitely gives off Harley Davidson vibes, just because it's black and orange. So I don't know if that's just me. You guys can comment. So that is where I'm kicking off with the Mini Coopers. Now, even though there's 58 different versions of that, none of them are really a big deal. None of them are really hardly very expensive. Even the Super you could probably get for $20. There's also been a mail away and stuff like that. Nothing's high end. So that casting's super easy. So being a completist, you want to jump on the Mini Cooper bandwagon, not a big deal. Not a big deal. That one is super straightforward. Now, the next one that I have is kind of the opposite of that one. So the 85 Camaro IROC is probably one of the cooler castings they've come out with in a long time. Now, I have quite a few of these, so not necessarily new to collecting this casting, although I have decided to complete it. So I've been kind of going and just grabbing what I can. Until recently, I've been really hunting them down. So this is one of the very first decos right here in blue. So two-tone blue right there. It says IROC on the side, IROC Z. Z28, pretty good looking casting. Definitely better than the one they did in the 80s for sure. So we'll put that one up there. Recolor for that is in a kind of a maroon red. Some gold trim and stuff like that on it. Looks pretty good. Exact same deco as the previous one. Pretty straightforward. No decos on the front or the back. So those were pretty much the first edition ones. And then this one was in the Camaro set. There was an 8-car Camaro set. So this one came in that one. This one looks good in silver and black. Still the same style of deco. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close to the other one. Like the IROC Z on the side, and the Z28 looks good. Let's throw that guy there. This one was in that some type of themed series. I don't remember exactly which one it was. For some reason, I was thinking that it was, the music one where it's like grunge or 90s or whatever, but it's not that. I think this one's just the Decades series they did, mid-2000s, maybe a little bit older than that. So this was like for the 80s, obviously. This one in gold looks really good. Still uses those PR5s, but I like the deco on it. I like the gold and the black. Those look pretty good together, so there I feel like I got there. And then one of the Retro Target series. This was done for one of the Retro Target series. So this one looks okay. It's got some flames on it. Definitely different, which is nice to get something different, something flowing there. That one looks okay. Looks okay. I still like the silver one. I think the silver one's the best. We also got a premium one. So this one was done for Simon & Simon in the old school car culture-ish series, but it was for pop culture. You know, the ones that had the little half bubble. So it was back when pop culture was way better for Hot Wheels than it is now. But full decos all the way around it. Looks good. Uses the bigger, fatter tires in the back, but it's the same casting. They just put some bigger tires on the back. I think it looks good. Full decos on it. All the deets look very good. So I really like that one. That one is quite a popular one as well. Another one of the retro series for this casting right here, 1985. Camaro IROC Z. There's some of the other models for this particular release. This one's 2015. So pick this one up as well. So crack this one open. This one in white with a really nice blue. Really nice, kind of metallic, brilliant blue. Does have a metal base, which is really nice. Definitely has a good premium feel to it. Still no front and rear decos on it, but it looks good. It looks good. Of course, the interior is the hood vents, so that one is pretty nice. And then we actually had that one as a convention model. So here is your convention model. This is for the 23rd Collectors Nationals, April of 2023. I guess it's kind of fitting because Collectors Convention is literally going on as we record this video. So we'll get this cracked out of there. And yes, we are going to crack this open. This is number 3184 of 6200. So get our IROC Z popped out. There we go. I might keep that packaging. I might not. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But there is our convention IROC. This one uses those. I'm always going to refer to these as F40 wheels, Ferrari F40 wheels, because that's just what they look like. It looks really good on this casting though. Full decos on the front look good. Decos on the top. I do like the fact that Hot Wheels has been doing this with their convention cars, trying to keep the convention print as basic and small and nonchalant as possible. And then of course there's some plate details looks pretty good. Of course, Ohio, of course. Z28, and of course, a metal base on there. Looks really, really good. Now, with the Z28, there's only 23 versions of this casting. There's only one problem with collecting this casting. And the problem is, this was released as a Rail Rider in the RLC series, and it's one of the most expensive RLCs out there. That maroon Spectra Flame RLC IROC is very, very, very expensive. So, am I going to complete this set? Pretty much no. I'm not willing to spend that kind of money for a Hot Wheels car. If I get it in a trade or buy a collection or something, that's probably going to be the only way I acquire that piece. Now, am I going to open that if I acquire it? That's going to be debatable as well, because that's pretty involved. That's pretty involved. All right, let's get back to something that's easy to collect. I've also started to collect the Datsun 620. This is the first edition. Now, I only have 2 Datsun 620s in my collection, and that's just because these came from premium sets that I purchased, and of course I just held on to the models. This one came in the BRE Datsun diorama box set that just recently dropped either late last year or earlier this year. So your BRE Datsun 620 right there in black, which looks pretty good. And then this one right here, which is in a trucks series from the original Car Culture, the smaller cards. That's where I think this one came from. I got this one not from there. I don't remember where I got this. I may have got this with a bunch of other random premium stuff, but that's where this one came from. It says 620 on the side. It has kind of those salt flat wheels on there, which I think are kind of cool. But a couple of premium versions right there. The only 2 premium versions I have of the Datsun 620. Might only be the only 2 they've released. But anyways, let's get back to the new editions. So brand new for 2014. Brand new for 2014. This is a new casting back then. This is the first color. And of course, like pretty much every single new model, Hot Wheels does at least 2 or 3 decos a year. So this is the OG one. And of course, it has the Japanese nostalgic car logo on the back. Nothing particularly fancy with this. Just says Datsun on the side. It's a pretty decent casting. It looks okay. It's a small pickup. Some Datsun on the back as well. Chrome base on this one, but a relatively straightforward one in orange. Now, the secondary color for 2014 was red. This one comes with, I think those are called MC5s, maybe? You guys might be able to correct me on that, but I think it's called an MC5, I think. So this was your second deco. I think there was 3 decos this year, but this is the only other one that I have. Actually, yeah, I think this is the only other one that I have. So it's the same basic deco, just a different color in red, and wheels are different as well. So it even has the little Datsun print on the back, so we'll throw that guy right there. And then the next set I have is actually for a recolor. So it's a set here, right here. So 2 more recolors. I think these came out either the very next year, I think, or maybe they came out the same year. Maybe it was just more of 2014. I'm not really sure. But one of yellow and one of green. I didn't particularly spend the time to look through Wikipedia to see the years they came from. But this one is a little bit better. I kind of like this deco a little bit better. The black, orange, and blue striping on the side says Datsun. You know, these are mass produced, so you know the lines and stuff are a little bit skewed. The Datsun print's a little bit skewed, but no print on the back of this one. It still has the chrome base. So I'll throw that particular one up there. And then, of course, this one right here in green with the same basic deco, just different colors. So it still has that yellow, orange, and black striping on the side. This one looks much, much better. This one definitely throws off a 70s vibe. So I really, really like that. This one definitely looks like a little bit more period correct of the Datsun 620. Now, I have a bunch of loose ones. I'm not really sure where they all came from, so we're just going to roll with this. I think this one came in a single pack, I think. This one says JDM Legends on the side. Datsun, it is in a matte satin finish to the red. Datsun on the back looks pretty good. The steely wheels look very, very nice. This base deco is, or base code is in 10. So in 10 will give you an idea of where that one came from. We'll throw that guy up there. This one right here is Gretty. This is another mainline. So this one in black. Of course, the nostalgic car is still on there. Details look okay. not the greatest. This one has a gray interior, so the gray front end looks pretty decent. Then you can see the gray interior from the top. So we'll throw that 620 down there. This one as well. This one came in, I think, like a Trucks series, maybe one of them Walmart series, I think is where this one came from. But this one in black with red, orange, and yellow striping on the side. Some gray on there. Looks very, very good as well. So that one is kind of cool. It's similar to the other one, but it's cool enough. This one's probably the most recent release. I think this one actually had a super of it too, if I remember correctly. I think there was a super of this particular Datsun truck. This is, of course, the non-super. I could be wrong in that, but I think that's where this came from. Don't hesitate to drop a comment and put me in my place if that's the case. So I added all those Datsuns. Now, with the Datsun 620, they've done 26 different ones, which includes all the decos and all of the variations and stuff. Super simple. Some of the main lines are a little bit more desirable. Some of these main lines could be more like $5 or $10. I got all of these for $1 a piece. But typically, you know, the more desirable main lines might be $5 or $10. But it'll be really easy for me to complete that 26 car set. The super, there was a super of the 620. That one will probably be the most expensive one, probably about $40 or $45. But the 620 will be simple. So I'm definitely going to try to complete the 620s for sure. But we want to take it up just one more notch. Let's go one more notch. How about we go to something that's almost exclusively RLC, and let's be a completionist and try to collect that particular casting. So this is your Supernova, your 66 Supernova. This is the latest RLC release. It's pretty straightforward. This one is actually a relatively cheap one. You can get this one for about $35-$40. It's a cheap release currently. It looks pretty good. Mine's a little bit of a bunk. The wheel axle in the front doesn't always want to sit all that well, but it rolls just fine. Nice Spectraflame blue. I really like this one. I think this deco looks very, very good. Little details on the front right there. Cracked this one open on one of my haul videos. And of course, a chrome base on there for your 66 Supernova. So we'll put out Supernova right there. And then I went ahead and I bought a couple of loose ones from the RLC. So I don't have to crack them, although I probably would. So we'll get this one cracked out of here. This is the first blue release for the RLC. This one is a pretty average one. It's nothing great. I particularly like this Spectraflame blue, though. I think it looks good. A little bit of details right there on the logo. Some details right here. Details for the engine. The engine looks pretty good. Details on this side. A little bit different wheels on this one. Doesn't have those kind of like mag wheels in the front. But these wheels look decent. I like those wheels better. I think those wheels look better for the Supernova, but this one looks okay. I got this one loose, so it's been cracked and played with and messed with and whatever you want to call it. It's been modified just a little bit, seems like. But that one looks pretty good. And then I decided to go get another one. So this is another RLC release. So we'll crack this one out of the plastic bag. This one in purple, which looks extremely, extremely nice. It is the Gasanova. So all the details on the side look very, very good. This one is quite nice. Moon eyes on there as well. This one is the best of the trio by far, and I do like the yellow tire print on there. That looks really nice. We get white tire print all the time. We don't typically get yellow tire prints. I'm really, really stoked about that. And then it seems like they change the base every time they do this model. So this one on the top here is made in Malaysia. This one on the bottom is made in China. And then this one's also made in China. So they've kind of modified those around here and there. Now, here's the problem with this particular casting. Now, there are other versions. I have one other version of this. It is the Black Hole 66 Nova. Came in Team Transport. I have that one, but it came with the Team Transport. It's on the Team Transport. They also did a bunch of convention models. There's, I think, 3 convention models that utilize this casting. They're relatively cheap. They're about $50 a piece. For convention models, they're really cheap. But they're about $50 a piece. And then there was Drag Strip Demons a few years ago for Hot Wheels 50th anniversary. There's a blue one, a blue Supernova. So I just need to get that one. That one's only about $10-15. It's just a regular Car Culture Premium. However, this one has the same problem as the IROC, and it literally, Real Riders is the problem. So the black chrome release of this model is very, very expensive. It's very desirable. People want that model. It commands quite a bit of money. It fluctuates quite rapidly. The IROC and that Nova, it can go anywhere from $250 to $600, depending. It really depends on the number as well. But those two castings are absolutely insane. These two castings, super easy to collect. These two castings, probably a bad idea that I've decided to collect. But that's what happens when you're a completist. Either you're going to sacrifice and make it work, or maybe you should just stay away from the casting altogether. So there you go, guys. That is a nice little showcase for you. A little behind the scenes of being a completist and, of course, choosing my own enemy, so to speak. So anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you're pursuing a new casting that you feel like is just impossible, but you're going to do it anyways because you want to defy the diecast gods, which is perfectly fine. But anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about that. We'll catch you next time here at Level M. Peace!